level will come down. I said, please, I do not want anything that will give me. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 on how to pass your NCLEX on the first attempt. So on this topic, I'm going to talk about how to overcome anxiety on your exam day. Anxiety is real, like I know. It was real, especially when you get your number 1 question and you don't know it. You get number 2, you don't know it. You get number 3, you don't know it. It is finished. And also when your number 1 question is a SATA question, like select other applies question, your own is finished. Like in your head you say, I'm dead. What am I doing here? I'm done. So let me tell you, on the day of the exam, the first thing, okay, when you get to the, okay, let me start from here. On the day of the exam, make sure you leave your house early enough. Get to the center like 30 minutes before your exam. That way you can be able to rest, you can be able to breathe, because you're going to a war zone. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny. So just get to the exam center on time, 30 minutes before your time. Rest, pray, play music, like relax your mind, meditate. Whatever you know you're gonna do to relax your mind, do it. But make sure that you get to your exam center 30 minutes before your exam. So when you get to the exam center, all you need is your ID card. Yeah, you don't need your phone, even your necklace, nothing. You don't need nothing, just your ID card. So when you get to the exam center, you wait for them to open the door for you. Then you go in, they register your name, or they ask for your, no, they will tell you, like us, they told us, okay, that we should have a seat. So excuse me, so they went through their list, so they called the names. So when they call your name, you go over to the counter, to the front desk. Then you do your thumb printing and all that. Then they'll give you like all their rules and regulation paper. That is like me, I was like, I didn't read it. It was, I'm already nervous, and you are giving me this to read. I already know that I'm not gonna misbehave in my exam. I'm not gonna turn my head. I'm not gonna scratch for waiting. So I'm joking. You can still turn your, you can still scratch. So you read your rules and regulations. So after that, we did 2 thumbprints. The first thumbprint at the first front desk. So the second thumbprint is when you're entering the exam room proper. So they will search you and all that, search your pocket, search your shoe and all that. So after that, you're still gonna do another thumbprinting. So after that, you go in, then you can request for the writing materials. They'll give you a writing board and a pen and all that. So they'll direct you to a computer. You go there, you sit down, you're seeing your fear, you're seeing devil, hell in front of you. Jesus. Hey. So just at that point, try. That like at this point is where you need to inhale, exhale, because boom boom boom. So they open up the computer for you. Your mind, your heart, like you might even be hearing your heartbeat, you know, boom boom boom. So me, what I did was, so I sat down. When I sat down, they opened up the computer for me. Okay, I started, I say, you know, don't blah blah blah. Are you ready to start the question? Blah blah blah. I am ready for you, Madam NCLEX. So I breathe in. See, I know why I'm emphasizing on breathing and breathing in and breathing out. You have to do this. So I prayed. So after praying, I inhale, exhale, then I click on start. So my first question, I shall know it. It was okay. Second question is message. Which disease was that? I didn't even hear of. Like I was like, what is this? Where is this coming from? Is there any disease like in the like this? So me, I didn't know the question. I cannot sleep on one question. I don't know it. I don't know it. And message, one thing with message is that if you don't know message, if you don't know the disease, there's no how you could answer the question. Like you don't know it, you don't know it. You cannot guess it. You understand? So that disease, I don't know it. I just say, okay, at this point, I said, let me just relax for 1 second. So I relaxed. So one thing I did was, your computer at the upper right side of your computer, like upper right side of your computer, you can turn off your timer. The alarm is 5 hours. You can turn it off. That one. And you can turn off the number of the questions. It's 145. No, you won't even see the number of the question. Is as you go. So what I did was I turn off the number of the questions. I turn it off. I turn off my timer. That way, your anxiety level will come down. I said, please, I do not want anything that will give me high blood pressure. I do not want to fail this exam. I studied so hard to fail this exam. So that was how I conquered my anxiety, by turning off those two things. So I turn them off. I breathe in, I breathe out. So back to my exam. I started my exam. So in my head, I said, okay, I'm not gonna go for a break until I get to my 75 questions. 75 questions, because they said that once you get to 75, it can shut off, like minimum of 75 questions. It can shut off whether you're doing good or you're doing bad. So I said, okay, let me just wait. Once I get to my 75 questions, I already said it in my head that I'm not gonna go for any break until I get to my 75 questions. So if I get to my 75 questions, if the exam did not shut off, I'm gonna get up and go for my break. So because of I shut off the number of the questions, I shut off my question and my timer. So I did not even know when I got to 75. So when I got to the 66th question, so my screen, like I had a question, like I had something pop up, like, do you want to go for a break now? So I unclick the number of questions. When I unclick it to see if I got to 75, so when I check it, I was on my 66th question. I said, get out, I'm not going anywhere until I get to 75 questions. So I turned it off again. So I hid the numbers again. So when they asked for my break, I said, no, I'm not going. They said, are you sure? I said, not by force. I said, I'm not going. So I started the exam. So as I was going, I was having mixture of single questions and other applies questions. And all of a sudden my screen went blank. Like something pop up, something pop up. My mind, I said, Jesus, I have failed this exam. So I unclick my hidden numbers. So when I unclicked, I was already on 75. I said, Jesus, I have failed. That they should have just let me finish the whole 145 question. There's no how I will not pass. I said, oh my God, I have failed this exam. After the exam, they have this nonsense survey question. See, this next generation exam is gonna be mad. So after the exam, you have the option to do the survey exam. That is the next generation exam. Me, I didn't even know that if you don't want to do, you cannot, you just go. So I was doing it. Oh my God, that exam gave me anxiety. You already done with your exam, like your proper exam. So this one, you just make it like they just want to survey, like, that exam. So after doing it, it's like I said, if you don't want to do it, you can just say, no, I'm not doing. You go your way. If you want to do, you can do it. It does not impact. You don't have any impact on your actual exam. Your exam is gone. You're done with it. You're done with it. So once you're done, you raise your hand. The officer there will come, like the invigilator. They will come. Are you done? Yes. Okay. You hand them back there, and the scrap paper, the paper they gave you, you don't clean. Whatever you wrote on the paper, you leave it like that. You give it to them and hand it over to them like that. So that was it. That was how I was able to overcome my anxiety, by turning off my timer and the exam numbers, the number of questions, these two things. So once you time them, once you hide them, your mind will be at rest. Because what really kills people is that they are very conscious of the time. So when you're reading the question and you're looking at your time, you're reading at your question, you're looking at it. So no, that is a turn off. So do this, and I tell you, you're gonna pass. You are NCLEX, and you come and join us. There is shortage of nurses right now, so you come and join us in this nursing field. I wish you good luck, and do not forget to subscribe as usual. Turn on your notification bell, and see you in the nursing field. Bye.